What is going on? The more and more days go by, the more and more it seems like Jay-Z is playing really dirty, and it's not a good look. Remember that extortion case, right? Where they had it in California, and the judge was like, we don't see any extortion. And they were like, yo, we got proof that Tony Buzbee made the witness lie. And the judge was like, okay, well, if you got proof, bring it, because as of now, we don't see any proof. And Jay-Z's team was like, yo, hold on, we'll be right back. Well, they actually submitted evidence that Tony Buzbee made Jane Doe lie. And I gotta tell you, it pretty much supports everything that Jane Doe was saying. This isn't landing like the way Jay-Z thinks it's landing, and it's looking really weird and really, really suspicious. But that's just my opinion. Let's get into this affidavit really quick, turned in by a private investigator who says she doesn't work for Jay-Z, but wound up on Jane Doe's doorstep, which, by the way, Jay-Z was crying for weeks that it was a Jane Doe, and he demands to know who she is when the whole time you knew. On top of that, the most groundbreaking thing is Jay-Z pretty much admitted that he's working in tandem, because he actually admitted, well, at least the private investigators, that they were not there for working for Jay-Z. So if you're not there interrupting Jane Doe's peace when she is alone in her house by herself, if you're not there working with Jay-Z, then who's the only other logical person? Diddy, the only other person that this could possibly benefit, unless there are a fleet of private investigators in Alabama that are harassing people who are bringing up lawsuits against Jay-Z. Y'all, let's get into this, because yeah, this is gross and this is disgusting and this is ugly. And I think they showed their hand a little bit too much. Also, again, by putting Buzbee in the ground, does this mean all of Diddy's cases is going to go away? Is this a little silent contract they have that Jay-Z be allowed to say that him and Diddy were never friends, and in exchange, Jay-Z, fighting from victory, not for victory, puts into the ground, or at least tries to, the lawyer that is about to take down Diddy and has the most lawsuits against him? I'm just saying, it's food for thought. It's the logical explanation I've been saying for a while. It seems like they're working in tandem, but let me get into the facts and you tell me what you think of this, because honestly, I promise y'all, it's not hitting the way Jay-Z thinks that it is hitting. Okay? This is the proof that Jay-Z has that she recanted her story. What? And also, as I read this, keep this in mind with the private investigator. What type of game is she playing? Do you work for Jay-Z or not? You're trying to say someone else hired you to work on behalf of Jay-Z for free? Let's get into this. Okay, so she says, I make this declaration in support of blah, 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 blah. She said on Friday, February 21st, oh, get this. She said, I have personal knowledge of the facts stated herein and called upon to testify. I would competently testify thereto. I'm a licensed private investigator. I was not hired by Jay-Z or Jay-Z's attorneys to perform the investigation I described in the declaration. So what were you doing out there? Why'd you track somebody down? What were you doing? Listen, on Friday, February 21st, along with the investigator James Butler, I met with Jane Doe, the person on whose behalf defendants filed the lawsuit captioned Doe versus Sean Combs. To protect Jane Doe's privacy and identity, I'm not disclosing hear her name or any of the facts that enabled me to conclude that the woman I met was, in fact, Miss Doe. Okay, first of all, I've been saying this for a while. Is Jay-Z working with Diddy's team or not? Because if you were not hired by Jay-Z, then that means you were hired by Diddy's attorneys. And if you were hired by Diddy's attorneys, that means Diddy's attorneys is sharing information with Jay-Z. That means that Jay-Z going to Pound Town on Tony Buzbee is to benefit Diddy. Am I reading too much into this? Or because if not, you guys are sharing information. You guys are talking all the time. Again, you're not just some random PI decided to do work for free. So you were hired by Diddy, but if you were hired by Diddy, you found out the Jane Doe's name, you shared that with Jay-Z. So why was Jay-Z crying that her mask be ripped off to the world? Because he didn't know who was talking about, right? She said she met her on the front porch in her home in Alabama. She confirmed that she was, in fact, Jane Doe. She said that her, Butler, and I were the only people present. Throughout the discussion, she appeared calm and at ease. Really? So let me get this straight, because I want to paint y'all this picture. I'm chilling at my home. I'm anonymous, right? I'm sitting there. I got the radio playing. FJZ, FJZ, right? You could even, if you want to believe Jay-Z's turn, you could literally be like dancing, Millie walking. I'm about to get a bag. I'm about to get a bag, right? Just having your own little house party. Okay, great. 2 people show up on your doorstep out the blue, uninvited. One is a man, the other one is a woman. They're private investigators, and they are asking you questions about Jay-Z. These are the questions they asked her. Her body language included nodding, a relaxed posture, and a steady tone of voice. Reinforced that she did not feel scared or intimidated reinforced that she did not. At no point during our interaction did she request to be left alone. During our conversation, she said she saw an advertisement for Tony Buzbee on Facebook. She met Buzbee for the first time in Houston. He paid her to fly her there. Their meeting to discuss the case took place when she flew out for an interview that Buzbee had arranged for her to give NBC News. She stated that she told me, this is a PA, that Jay-Z did not sexually assault her. She stated that she originally told Tony that she'd been raped by Sean Combs, and a world-renowned female celebrity who was also present for the assault, and that Buzbee suggested that she claimed that Jay-Z was another rapist. She stated that Buzbee bought Jay-Z into this, and he was the one that kind of pushed me towards going forward with him, with Jay-Z. She said that Buzbee asked her if Jay-Z had been at the party. She told Buzbee that Jay-Z was at the party, but she told me that Jay-Z did not take part in any sexual activity. I'm not done, y'all. She confirmed the following regarding the interview. Jay-Z had nothing to do with it. She said, so Jay-Z had nothing to do with this, correct? Right? Other than he was at the party that you were at. So, I mean, he did not assault you. The girl answered no. He was just there, but he didn't have anything to do with sexual acts towards you. She said, yeah. She said to me that lawyers at Tony's law firm told her that if she pursued Jay-Z, she could get a payout. She said shortly before Buzbee dismissed the lawsuit against, Buzbee told her that Jay-Z was threatening to murk her in response to her lawsuit and would come after her. Upon hearing that, she agreed to drop her case. She stated 4 times that he did not assault her and that she had voluntarily and consistently affirmed this. We inquired whether she'd be open to signing an affidavit reflecting that, and she told what she told us. She responded saying, but how does this help me? Y'all, let me tell y'all something. Jay-Z, this was a bad move for a number of reasons, and I want to talk about it. For one, these people show up at your home basically making you feel threatened, because I don't care how relaxed she seemed. What would 2 people showing at home when you're alone basically be like, so what happened? Were you lying about Jay-Z? Second of all, where's the audio recording? Third of all, if you weren't working for Jay-Z, that means you're working for Diddy. That means that Jay-Z and Diddy's team, even though they're not friends, seem to have some professional relationship and you're working together. Because why would you be so concerned about a client that you're not working for? Third of all, and this is the part that really gets me mad, this doesn't make any sense. So you're putting all these sentences and she's saying no and yeah, and then being like, I didn't want to do it. It sounds like this girl was scared. And when you tried to get her to sign something, she was like, how does this help me? But it sounds like y'all were trying to trick her. And she was like, I don't understand. How does any of this help me? And she wanted y'all to leave and she didn't know how. And it sounds like she was scared. Again, this makes no sense also. And I'll go live and talk about this. How's this helping Jay-Z? So let me get this straight. She's saying that she saw you at the party and she was at the party. But you're now saying that she said that even though you were at the party, you didn't grape her. Were you at the party or not? Did it happen or not? So she's lying about that, but she's not lying about this. So she is this mentally ill woman that has a bad relationship with her kid's father, which, by the way, what does that matter about anything? Her parents are bankrupt. Okay, welcome to America. Half the people in America are either broke, overdrawn on a bank account, living paycheck to paycheck, or bankrupt. What does it have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Does that mean you couldn't have graped her at 13? Does that mean Diddy couldn't have done it? And again, if these people weren't working for you, then they were working for Diddy. But it seems like they are working in tandem. Again, let me just say this. Jay-Z could be innocent, but what they're doing right now is really gross. The language is very disgusting, and they're playing super, super dirty. And they're doing it because they're trying to bury this young woman. But with this affidavit, this sounds like what she said is true. You guys did bully her. You guys did threaten her. And now you guys are coming to the court with this BS. I don't know, y'all. Maybe it's me. I don't think this is landing the way they think it is. I'm going to go live with the full documents, but I honestly don't think this is hitting the way they is. This was a big misstep, and this was gross. And I don't care whether he's innocent. This is gross, and it proves nothing. It proves nothing except that a PI and another PI who weren't hired by you showed up at Jane Doe's house when she's supposed to be anonymous, basically asking her questions about, did he rape you? Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? What else was she supposed to say? It's like somebody pulling up at my house and being like, do you think Diddy did it? Absolutely not. I think, I think he is God's children. I think he is God's favored. And I would never say anything about Diddy. Who in their right mind would actually, especially if she actually thinks that her life might be in danger? Y'all, this ain't hitting the way they think it is. But I'll go live to talk about it later. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.